Hello,
Hello,
I'm Rick
and I'm Heather.
and our channel is called Pearl the CV20. We've never done one of these nomination videos before. We've been nominated by Trev and Sue from Poshcats Camping as one of the smaller YouTube channels. We'll take that because we've not been doing it long. We've only been doing it since October. So we'll take that. Thank you for nominating us. This is a nomination video on 8 things about you, I think, isn't it called?
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I'm sure it is. There's basically 8 questions to let people know more about you. So we'll start with question 1. Over to the question master herself, Heather.
So the first question is, what's your favourite playlist? So we're going off what Trev and Sue said, that it's music. We're both huge Madness fans. And we've both seen Madness many times, even before we dated each other, and it turns out that we probably went to quite a lot of gigs before we even met. We both like ELO, and we've been to see them a few times. We've been to see them. Stereophonics, but a lot of 80s music for me.
80s stuff, but if it was up to me, I like heavy rock. But old heavy rock like Kiss, AC/DC, Iron Maiden, but I only really play that type of stuff when I'm on my own because Heather doesn't appreciate it. So because we both like 80s stuff, I'm quite happy to sort of give in and play that. Yeah, back to the 80s. Put that on specially. Right.
So question number 2 is the best thing that you take on holiday with you. And we bought a Ridge Monkey to recommendation from a friend, and we absolutely love it.
Yeah, without a doubt. We came from a small camper vanning background. Done caravans before years ago, but we did Volkswagen camper vans. So you didn't have an oven. It was, frying pan or whatever. And once we discovered Ridge Monkeys and you could virtually cook anything in them, we were sold with that. Down to the fact that we went up to a large motorhome, and now we've gone to a medium-sized camper van with an oven in, and we still use the Ridge Monkey for everything. We can't get out of that mindset. It's a brilliant thing. So I think that's the same for both of us. We both think the Ridge Monkey is brilliant.
Yeah. Okay, so question number 3 is the favourite food that you cook in the awning. So Rick does the outside cooking, so over to him.
Yeah. Again, this stems back from camper van days. There wasn't room inside a little camper van to cook, so it was always cooking outside or in the awning. And it's the old staples. We either do meatballs and, bolognese and stuff like that. Easy stuff to cook when you're in a camper van. Or the classic, bacon, sausage, egg, black pudding, anything in a frying pan, throw it all in. Dirty food. We tend to eat terribly when we're camping. Not if we're in the van. We'll have a proper meal. We'll certainly eat proper lunches and whatever. But yeah, our diet does go to complete chaos when we're...
That's not strictly true.
Well, it is really. So yeah, there we go.
Our diet's chaos anyway.
True.
Okay, so question number 4 is how do you spend your evenings? So that can depend upon weather and also if we're just the two of us or we're in company.
Yeah, exactly. As I said, we've come from a Volkswagen background, so we still hang around with a lot of our Volkswagen friends, and it gets messy. Is all I'll say. We can sit outside until 2-3 in the morning.
Yeah, one of them's got an event shelter. Well, a couple of them got event shelters. And
so you've seen them. We're the noisy ones in the corner keeping you awake with the slamming doors. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, we can sit out just chatting and listening to music, not being a rabble. We're not the tattooed idiots that sit there throwing bottles and having fights.
One of them's a fireman and he likes making a fire.
Yeah. So if we're with the Volkswagen crew, we're a completely different couple to if we're on our own. The sensible hat comes on then, and we'll sit outside if it's nice and just admire the view, or we'll sit in the van. We don't watch TV as such. We're more into choosing what we want to watch ourselves. So it's either YouTube or we have got a huge collection of DVDs that we take a little portfolio thing full of DVDs, and we'll just watch films that we've seen 20, 100 times recite the whole bloody script to each other, won't we? Just because that's what we do. So there's that one.
So number 5 is your worst caravan or motorhome experience. So we've both had a few when we weren't together, but the worst one since we were together was in Lola, our old motorhome. We left home and it was absolutely slinging it down rain, and we weren't going very far. We was only going as far as Ashbourne, and we got there in the rain, and we were on a grass pitch.
It was one of those nights where you've been looking forward to going away all week. You know what it's like if you work all week and you go away at weekends. We'd been looking forward to going. The weather had worsened and worsened all week. We knew we shouldn't really be going. It was teeming it down. We'd got a grass pitch, which, as we saw it and backed on it, we thought we're not going to get off this. In the morning,
it was quite dark as
well.
well.
It was dark. We got there. We got there
October,
after work.
You see,
yeah.
so.
And I knew I shouldn't have backed on it really. As I backed on it, I was wheel spinning backing on, but we'd had enough by that time. We got in, settled down in the van, and in the morning, I am exaggerating, but you know what it's like. The van had sunk down to its axles, and I tried to get it off. I mean, I've had Land Rovers for years. All my off-roading experience wasn't working. I walked around the whole site looking for old bricks and broken slabs that people had.
There was a few hanging about, wasn't
there?
there?
That people had barbecues on and stuff like that. And eventually Heather had to get in the driver's seat, and I was trying to tell her how to off-road drive. I was pushing the van at the back, getting covered in mud.
It was all good fun.
All we could smell was burning clutch, but we eventually got it off the pitch, went to the site office and basically said, look, can we park on the tarmac or we're going home?
They
found a reserve pitch for us, but we can laugh at it now, but the van was absolutely caked, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh God, it was covered. Yeah, we had to go straight to the...
Yeah, we went to the jet wash at Morrison's on the way home, didn't we? It was absolutely minging.
All up the side.
Anyway.
So number 6 is the most useless thing you take when you go away.
Right, useless depends on the way you look at it. I keep going back to this, but from camper vanning in a small van, we didn't used to take a lot of stuff that we couldn't use because space issues. This is why Trevor mentioned in his video, Poshcats, that he found my video due to my storage tips and stuff. And it all stems from having a small van and making everything count. You know, some things having to have 2 uses, etc., etc. So I don't tend to take a lot of stuff that is useless, but I do tend to take now things that I don't need to take. Example being flagpoles with flags on. They're absolutely no use for anything, but I like having them up. And that's kind of the only thing I can think of.
The only good thing is that when you do have one,
you can find your pitch.
You can find your pitch if you're in one of these. You know, you go to a rally or something.
Also,
like
this is a top tip: having a flag, and don't have it too high, but having a flag on a pole floating over the top of your van stops the birds going on your roof, because if it's blowing about, they just don't go on your roof of your van. It's true, that is.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Have you ever seen birds on the roof? Apart from when I've thrown pieces of bread on other people's roofs to make birds go on. Anyway, next question.
So, number 7 is your funniest motorhome or caravan moment. So, the second time we went out in the T5 together, when we were starting out together, we went to a Volkswagen rally. We got there and the weather was bad.
The weather was bad.
It's not always bad, but the weather was bad. We got there, friends had put their event shelter up. We're in the usual circle, and we got some music on, a few drinks, and I was quite quiet, only just met them once before and all this sort of thing. And they got a couple of teenage girls with them, and they started putting some really good party songs on, and they put on the Macarena, and they couldn't remember how to do it. So I got up, which I think was a bit of a shock to them. Yeah. And we started doing the Macarena, and we'd all got wellies on, and as we were jumping round, we were worried that the mud was going to take our wellies away. And then they were on about different songs, and I happened to mention that Rick could do the complete rap for...
I Wanna Be by the Spice Girls. Surely everybody knows that. You know.
So the girls found it out, put it on, and every time we camp with them now...
They want me to sing. So
It
here's
co-
the story
it comes
from
on.
A to Z. You want to get with me, you better listen carefully. We've got M in the place, likes in her face. We've got G like MC, who likes it on Easy V. Doesn't come for free. She's a real lady. And as for me, you'll see.
So the last question is a fascinating fact about yourself. Okay, I am an electrical engineer. I started back in the 80s, and there was very few of us back then.
Engineers, you mean? Or lady engineers?
Lady engineers, female engineers. It can be a source of irritation, shall we say, for Rick at times.
Yeah.
Because he'll start doing something and I will scrutinise what he's doing have you checked this, have you checked
nightmare.
that?
It's an absolute... I've got through 50 odd years of not blowing myself up in any way, shape or form. And
More by luck than judgment, I think.
somebody checks all my work now. It's just no fun.
So that's me.
All right, and me, my fascinating fact, I guess it's not fascinating at all, but I played in a band for 20 odd years, touring the UK, all clubs, pubs. You know, that band that you saw dressed in waistcoats and all the cheesy moves that played after the bingo and, you know, the buffets on after the bingo, that was us. Yeah, so hence my love of music and stuff like that. Yeah, that was me. That's not really fascinating, but I did play in a band for years and years. And that's all I can think of now.
So now we understand that it's our turn to nominate some channels. So I'll pass over to Rick.
We're going to go with the fact that we don't know really the names of a lot of channels that follow us, or indeed if they do. So I'm going to go for a couple that have only just started as well. They've also got a CV camper van. That's Graham and Ellie, and their channel is called Wizard in the Wild. I'll put a link to all these channels in the description just so you can find them. The second channel is called Live for Travel. That's Paul and Fran. They're a substantial channel. They've got, you know, at least 2,000 subscribers. They're bigger than us, but I still get on well with Paul. So we'll nominate them. The third one, I know this might have been nominated before, but I know how much Mike loves his sofa videos, so I'm doing this on purpose. Mike and Kirsy from the Frenchies Motorhomies, I'm going to nominate you simply because I really want Mike to do another sofa video. He loves them so much.
We do like watching them.
Yeah, we do. So, if you've got this far, we do thank you for watching. We also must say again, we thank Trev and Sue for nominating us. We feel like proper YouTubers now. We've been involved in something so exciting. Oh God, that sounded terribly camped, didn't it? I apologise. But yeah, if you have got this far and you came through Trev and Sue's recommendation, we thank you. If you didn't and you've just found us and you'd like to subscribe, we'd love that. We're just doing this for a bit of fun. There's nothing. We're not interested in, you know, making a huge channel, making loads of money. We just want
Waffle,
a bit. We just want his waffle.
Waffle. He just told me. He told me, don't waffle.
We're going now. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.